Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to Ultimate Dirt TV. Tonight, the third race of the World of Thunder triple header, and this time our attention turns to the 410 winged sprint cars. Yes, we are still here at the Fairbury Speedway. Good evening, race fans. My name is Brett Wheeler, joined alongside Tommy from Checkers and Wreckers. And Tommy, welcome back into the UDTV booth here at the Fairbury Speedway. And, well, your first time watching 410 sprint cars around Fairbury. How you feeling?
This is going to be a wicked, wild, I don't know any other words to describe it, but this short track, these fast sprints, it's going to be fun.
Yeah, it certainly is going to be a whole lot of fun. We are looking at 26 drivers so far have taken a lap time. We're looking at probably 27, maybe 28 drivers that will compete over qualifying, heat races, a B main, and then I'm trying to think how long the main event will be tonight. It might be either a 30 or 40 lap main event around here. But we'll go back to, what did you think of the UMPs around Fairbury on the previous broadcast that we just did?
That was a good one as well. Like I said, it was nice, hard racing. They stayed clean for the most part. You had a few yellows there in the main, but for the most part, everybody stayed clean and kept off each other. And it was a nice, hard-fought battle there. It was fun to see Cardwell run from 8th all the way up to 2nd there, regardless. Even though hopping those two at the end there with the caution. But, hey, that's how it happens. It's racing. But came down to that green-white check. It was a fun one.
Yeah, it certainly was. And what we've got, as I said, we've just got close to 30 drivers. But, of course, before we get there tonight, of course, a big thank you to the guys over at dirtfan.com. Don't forget to check them out on their website. Go to www.dirtfan.com. Give them a like and a follow on their Facebook page as well. And Tommy, we know you're from Checkers and Wreckers. We cover the Wednesday night Checkers and Wreckers Pro late models with Monsters of Dirt. Where can people find out about your stuff?
You can hop over to the Facebook page there. Just search Checkers and Wreckers. It's the nice little blue and black logo. Or you can go to www.bwsports1.com. That's got the link to everybody and our brothers over there at the whole sports show, the Black and White Sports. They love the iRacing as well. They support it. They support us. So please support them.
All right, well, let's take a look at qualifying. Top 20 will be on the left-hand side of your screen. Down the bottom left will be the driver that we are currently following at the moment. Of course, the first driver that we see in car number 5 is going to be Chris Fisher. Tomorrow night, you'll more than likely see him in the True Speed Motorsports Super Late Model Fixed Race. Second quick for Chris Fisher, Alex Berger on the Team ABR driver. And the current, and Tommy, we spoke about Blake Majulis being the current World of Outlaws Late Model Pro Champion. Well, we've got our world champion in the 410 wing sprint cars. That happens to be the driver of the number 12 machine of Alex Bergeron.
That is interesting there as well. So once again, just speaks in numbers to the field strength and the difficulty that these guys will face tonight.
All right, driving the Wicked Cushion car number 15 car, Michael Sheridan. In fact, a former teammate of mine in the Wicked Energy Gun Wicked Cushion Mohawk number 15 car, 11th quick. Jacob Prillerman, 16th quick. Dylan Wilson, very obviously a familiar name that was seen over the past couple of broadcasts with the Super Late models and the UMP modifieds. He's now trying his hand at the 410 wing sprint cars, and I must say that this is probably, if not a first for him. Jordan Casey only jumped in these cars a handful of times as well, along with their teammate Hayden Cardwell, who sits second quick. Jordan Casey getting third quick at the moment, 3/10 off, and just goes to show you right now, well, and this is no disrespect to these guys, but the late model guys come out and try their hand in a sprint car with Alex Bergeron, who was very good, and as I said, a world champion in the sprint cars, 2/10 off here in the open setup. Just goes to show you right now the class of Alex Bergeron at the moment.
Yeah, and that's with those sprint cars there, like you said, they come out, they try these sprint cars. I did that last night myself. We've already spoke about it. I am no driver to brag about. But switching from those late models and into the sprints just feel like an absolute 0 to 60 roller coaster, one of those ones that just shoot you off. My brother was giving me a hard time because I was on 2 wheels more than I was 4, I think.
Yeah, well, just imagine being a Phillies fan, eh?
Right? It's rough for him right now, 27-7. They're getting Are we? No, I won't go rated R.
Yeah. Well, you know what? We'll use the ice hockey term. They're getting pucked.
There you go. And I like your terms there. We spoke on one. I won't say it, but I do like the slang that you guys use down under.
I know the one you're talking about already. All right, qualifying is wrapped up. We will have 3 heat races on the program for tonight. Let's take a look at heat race number 1 with your Ultimate Dirt TV starting grid. All right, starting on pole, let's get the grid up there. Starting on pole, car number 12 of Alex Bergeron. Starting on the outside of the front row, car number 5, Chris Fisher. Starting position 3, car number 127 of Stephen Hill. Timothy Bolander, car number 43, will start position number 4. Position number 5 is going to be Ludovic Busen, and out of position 6, it's going to be Cody Olsen. Holy Schmidt, it's Trey Schmidt out of position number 7. Out of position 8, going to be Jacob Prilliman. 9th is going to be the newly engaged William Duval. Now, in fact, we'll go back to that in a second. Justin Stoltz will start position 10. I believe that Joanna might actually be driving this race car tonight.
Yeah, I think that's a good possibility there. So watch out. She's excited.
Well, I think William sort of took Beyonce's term. If you like it, you should have put a ring on it. He did. She accepted, and now, she's taken the 2 grapefruits. She's strapped into a 410 wing sprint car.
Let's see how she does here. She's coming off a win in life. Let's see if she can turn it into a win here in the simulator.
Yeah, going to be tough to beat the 12 machine of Alex Bergeron. Top 2 will go through to the redraw, so we'll have 6 cars in the redraw. Our 3rd place finisher will go to the main event. Everybody else will go through to the B mains. We're only going to send about 5 or 6 home tonight, but nonetheless, heat race number 1 for the World of Thunder and DirtFan.com 410 wing sprint cars. We are green for 10 laps around the Fairbury Speedway. Bergeron already out to a 3-car length advantage over Chris Fisher. Fisher doing a nice job on the top side. Look at Stephen Hill. He works the bottom side through turns 3 and 4. He goes to the top in 1 and 2. Very tricky right now because you got the looser dirt covering the slick on the top side, making it very hard for these drivers to predict where they're running in the slick, Tommy.
Yeah, and it looks like if you're running that low line, you are going to lose a little speed coming out. Those guys are losing a little position. We're seeing one lose another one right there.
All right, we are looking at the 43 of Timothy Bolander, who sits in position 4 on the outside looking in. Let's go back and have a look at Joanna in car number 32, driving the William Duval number 32. Tell you what, she actually looks pretty smooth, I must say.
That's what she's climbed a couple positions here, and these things are no joke. Like I said, they're wicked. They're fast. They want to get up on 2 wheels if you don't have that right throttle control, and that's a big thing. That's the key, is that throttle control.
Yeah, it certainly is, especially when it comes to the slick track conditions. And just looking at another pro driver in the USAC non-wing sprint car series on a Wednesday night, driving car number 22. In fact, one of my sponsored cars in that pro series, I call him the Holy Schmidt. His name is Trey Schmidt, and he rides in that 6th position. He's having a tough time coming to terms with a wing on the top of his race car here at the Fairbury Speedway.
I'm back here watching the 32 car, and she is moving, man. She made another spot, and she's riding that low line. And let's see, I thought she was going to end up getting old Trey there. Let's see if she can pull it and get it in there.
I'm sure William wouldn't be like for her to be pulling anything but himself as on the Wi-Fi. I had to go there already. The Wi-Fi gets out in the 3 and 4. Bergeron going to be victorious. It's what we call rated R Sunday nights. Bergeron with the win, 2.2 seconds over to Chris Fisher. 3rd is going to be Stephen Hill. Timothy Bolander, 6.5 seconds back there in 4th. Busen in 5th. Trey Schmidt home in 6th. And Joanna will come home in 7th. Stoles 8th. Prilliman 9th, a lap down. And Cody Olsen will come home in position number 10. But tell you what, Joanna, she did a fantastic job.
Yeah, absolutely. You said she was running smooth, so I switched the view over there and checked her out, and I saw she was making a pass and heading for another one, so it was pretty fun to watch there at the end.
All right, heat race number 2. Let's take a look now at your Ultimate Dirt TV starting grid.
Starting on the pole, we got the second place finisher of the last series. We got Hayden Cardwell. Then we got downtown JD Brown in second. Brennan Lacey in third. Fourth, we got Dustin Hall. Actually, I think Brennan Lacey's out. So third, we got Dustin Hall. Fourth, Michael Sheridan. Fifth, Scott King. Seventh, Tanner Folds. Eighth, Joshua Steinke. And ninth, Stanky. Sorry about that. I'll get him right eventually. And ninth, Dylan Wilson there.
Got the stanky leg. In fact, Josh is actually a teammate of mine, so...
Yeah, well, there you go. You knew exactly how to do it.
Yeah. I know how to do a lot of things.
You knew how to do the stanky leg.
If I do the stanky leg, it ain't gonna win well. That's why... All right, heat number 2. 10 laps on the board. Once again, top 2 to the redraw. Top 3 to the main event. Cardwell and JD Brown. Cardwell got a good launch off turn 4. Look at Sheridan right through the middle there. In fact, there's a line there that's got a bit of grip, so that's where Sheridan's going. He's doing the same in 3 and 4 as well. Battle on between Brown and Sheridan. Brown's got the better run. He's all sorts of out of shape down the front straightaway. Tommy, it's very hard to control these cars off the top of the racetrack, off the cushion, and then, of course, you go from there and straight into the slick stuff.
Yeah, that's what I was watching JD when you said that, and I thought he was going to meet the wall there for a second, but he held on to it. I'm pretty impressed there. But, man, look at Hayden Cardwell. He threw those UMPs around really good, and he is slinging this stock car around there, or sprint car around there, sorry. And he's doing a heck of a job with it.
Yeah, he's looking good out there out in front at the moment. JD Brown, good job holding off Michael Sheridan in that Wicked Energy Gum, Wicked Cushion number 15 car. We'll see if Sheridan can advance one more position to get into the regional. 4th place right now, Dustin Hall in the 331. And how about Dylan Wilson? Had a tough time during qualifying. He's into the wall right now in turns 1 and 2. He's up to position 5, so he's picked up a couple of positions. Tanner Fold back there in 6th. 7th is Josh Steinkin. Josh was saying earlier today that he was planning on contesting the championship. So right now, if he's going to have any sort of run at a championship, he's going to have to make some advances. He puts the move there as we got 2 to run. And look at Dustin Hall, Dylan Wilson. Wilson around the outside. Meanwhile, Sheridan is up to 2nd. Brown back to 3rd, but battle on for 3rd, 4th, and 5th right now. Tommy with a couple to run.
Absolutely. It's getting exciting here. We're watching them go in, and they're coming out. Like I was watching Hayden there. He is getting about as close to the wall as you possibly can. It's really fun to watch that. But these other guys,
he's busted his rear end.
2 wheels. Oh, yes.
That'll give.
Unfortunate.
Yeah, that's going to give Sheridan the win. JD Brown. Oh, Wilson comes through for 2nd. Oh, he's got it. Cardwell, he had one job to do. He doesn't. Yeah, he limped all right, but he's going to limp to the B main. Sheridan Wilson will go to the redraw. Brown 3rd. Cardwell, Hall, Steinke, Folds, King, Lacey, and I'm not sure who. I think that might have been it. In fact, Lacey didn't even run in that one. So that is heat number 2 complete. The 3rd heat race on the program for tonight's World of Thunder and DirtFan.com 410 Wings Sprint Cars. Let's take a look. It's your Ultimate Dirt TV starting grid. I think Hayden just did that so he didn't have to cop a 6th starting position in the redraw and wanted to start further back in the field. Starting on pole, it'll be the 42. In fact, it's going to be the 27 of Jordan Casey. Ernie Williams Jr., the Black Diamond Motorsports, car number 91, will start position 2. James Grace will start position 3. Kenneth Payne will start position number 4. Position 5 going to be Jack Clevenger. Justin Zapp will start position 6. Jason Minot and Eddie Holden will start positions number 7th and 8th with Nate Melanix, I believe, on race control duties tonight. So, Steve, if you haven't done so, DQ him, please. Righto. Tell me first of all, William said stop checking out his girl. What do you make the racing so far? Difficult track conditions, a lot of 900 odd horsepower in these wing sprint cars. What are you making so far of this the track and car combination?
I really thought we'd see more of these cars into the fence and the wall and stuff like that, especially back in these heat races here towards the back where these guys trying to make some positions up. But, man, it's been clean, and I can't say it enough just how clean and hard this racing really has been. I'm impressed, and I will definitely be coming back for more.
All right, well, pace truck moves to the infield. Jordan Casey, Ernie Williams Jr. on the front row. We get set to go green off turn 4. We are underway here in heat number 3, the final heat of the night. Jordan Casey straight to the top shelf. Williams 3/4 way up the racetrack. Casey hits the wall, going down the back straight. Here goes Williams to the outside. James Grace third. Battle is on for 4th, 5th, and 6th right now. But here goes Ernie Williams Jr. to the inside on Jordan Casey. Boy, I tell you what, the top 6, you've almost could have thrown a blanket over those guys as they went into turns 3 and 4 on the previous lap.
These guys are really making a good run for first and second here. They're making it interesting to watch. And then if we go back to the James Grace and Jason Manat, they are doing the same thing right back behind them. See, it's a good run for the top 4 here.
No, look at Ernie Williams Jr. starting to put the pressure on the number 27 car. Jordan Casey, Ernie Williams Jr., they run 1 and 2. Third is James Grace. He holds on to the final transfer position for the time being. He's still got 5.5 or 5 and a bit to run now as they go into 3 and 4. Minot in the 14 car in 4th. 5th is Jack Clevenger. And you go back to Kenneth Payne, Justin Zapp in 7th, and Eddie Holden, who rounds out this 8 car field. Oh, what we got? Who we got? All right.
I was watching Jason Minat. He got right in the back of James Grace. I thought he was going to get around him, but he had a let off there. He couldn't get it. Sorry about that. That's the excitement there.
Yeah, look, these are, I know what it's like. These are the best cars to call the action as well. Grace blinks in and out, comes back in, and it's a little difficult right now for Jason Minor to get by the 269 because of those internet issues. It blinks in and out. It makes it very difficult and hard to predict on where they're going to be.
Absolutely. I think, I thought he was going to get around him right there, but no, he couldn't get it. I'm waiting for it. I wonder if he's trying to set him up for a little slide job here.
Well, speaking of a slide job, we might be seeing one here in the final couple of turns here as Williams looks to the inside there on Jordan Casey for the race lead. 2 turns to go for Jordan Casey. He will go and make himself available for the redraw. Ernie Williams Jr. comes home in 2nd. James Grace going to come home 3rd. Jason Minor, Jack Clevenger, Kenneth Payne, Justin Zapp with Eddie Holden to round out the field here in heat race number 3. And this will put a B main on track. And we'll take a look now at your Ultimate Dirt TV starting grid for tonight's 12-lap B main. All right, B main number 1. 2 B mains on the program. Top 7 will make tonight's show. Starting on pole, car number 43 of Timothy Bolander. Jason Minat will start position number 2. Position number 3 will be Dustin Hall. Trey Schmidt will start position 4. Tanner Folds will start position... In fact, it'll be Kenneth Payne out of position 5. Tanner Folds out of position 6. Justin Stolz out of position 7. Eddie Holden out of position 8. And the last row will be Brennan Lacey and Cody Olsen. Well, it's Trey's having a Schmidt show.
That is right. And Tanner's over there. He ain't folding them. He's going to hold them. He's not going to fold them.
Let's hope that Justin stoles the show.
He always does. That is correct. And I'll tell you what, I keep swatting this Jason Manat around. That was a bad one.
Yeah. Hey, look,
There's a lot of dust in this hall, though.
Yeah. That was a good one. That was a good recovery. There was a lot of dust in that hall.
It's been a fun one. I want the fans to throw out a little pun. Let's give us a pun from the comment section here. Let's hear your best pun on the drivers here. Keep them good. Keep them.
Let's feel the pain. Let's feel the pain.
There you go.
All right, B main, 12 laps on the board. Top 7 go through. 3 from this will go home. They will not take any further part in tonight's proceedings. Car around Payne into the side, I believe, of Dustin Hall. That would have been. Look at Schmidt working to the outside, but your leader is Jason Minat. Returns. I think we're in 1 and 2 right now as the yellow flag is going to be thrown. So that's Eddie Holden back on pit road already in the pace truck, coming out and flying like a Miley Cyrus, like a wrecking ball.
Very nice. Yeah, I wonder if next time we can get Steve to sing that.
No. I've heard Steve sing, and no. Actually, you know what we should do? We should play the prayer. I'm gonna get it up.
I was just gonna say he was very excited about that last week.
He was. Pretty sure this is it here. So I'm not gonna play it just yet. But I tell you what, I've got it raring and ready to go. I ain't gonna be holding back.
That's right. Now, hopefully, these drivers got the same MO, the same spirit there, that they are raring to go, and they're not going to hold back.
That was a little bit of a pun towards Eddie Holden, you know, Eddie. Yeah, that one went over the head a little bit. That's all right.
It did.
Look, we all do it. It's part of life. All right, here we go. A restart. 5 in, 7's are on. As the 14 of Jason Minot on the loud pedal. Trey Schmidt got a good start. And Schmidt will slide to 3/4 lap of the racetrack. Will not make any advances towards your race leader. However, the 22 rides in second. Bolander in third. Fourth is going to be Brennan Lacey. And this is the first time that Brennan Lacey has seen the racetrack tonight. Because, remember, he might have got a qualifying lap in, but he didn't get to run his seat. He had some sort of connection issue. So he's coming out here blind right now. And he's taking the blindfold off. And he's up to position number 3.
Yeah, he's making a heck of a run for it, and that's what I watched Timothy Bolander. He kind of had a rough start off the restart there, but he's got a fast one, and it seems like, well, as I say that, 16 cars coming up under him. They're going to go 3 wide here.
Yeah, Cody Olsen.
Looking fast.
Yeah, he was in the 43, but yeah, Cody Olsen, the Dirtco Media, number 6 machine. They were 3 wide then through turn number 3 and 4. Just 3 laps left to run. 3 wide once again into turns 1 and 2. Small racetrack. It's tight. It's action-packed. And for these drivers to go 3 wide, they've certainly got the grapefruits out.
You took the words right out of my mouth there. That's I would have bumped into 4 of the drivers, and there's not even 4 cars around there. Somehow I would have made it happen.
Well, we continue on with 1.5. Make that 1 to go. The final lap is upon us. Jason Minot. Oh, he's lost control. Oh, into 3 and 4 we go. And, Trey's going to be thinking, holy Schmidt. Yeah, there we go. We even had a hashtag going on a broadcast when that got that going. Trey Schmidt gets the win. Lacey Minot, Bolander, Olsen, Hall, and Folds to go through. Kenneth Payne going to miss out by 3/4 of a tenth of a second. And yeah, I used to, when I first come up with that Holy Schmidt kind of deal, we actually had a hashtag going in the chat, and it was just, can we get a hashtag Holy Schmidt in chat? And it used to just rock. It used to rock out with your socks off.
Nice, I like that. See, I think it's laid out to go ahead and finish. Well, not where you are.
Yeah,
it's G rating where you are.
Yeah, bullshit. That's rock out with your cock out.
There you go. I wanted you to be the first one to say it. I don't want to be the one to make the sponsor.
Look, it's all about having fun. All right, let's take a look at your Ultimate Dirt TV starting grid.
Starting in the pole, we got Hayden Cardwell. Second, we got Ludovic Houston. Third, Jack Clevenger. Fourth, Joshua Stanky doing the Stanky leg. Fifth, we got William Duvall, the second. And sixth, Justin Zapp, thank you. Seventh, Scott King. And finishing it off in eighth, Jacob Prilliman.
Well, in fact, William Duvall has been subbed out for the night by Joanna. So technically, we've got a king and queen in the field.
Yeah, I'm glad you can remember those things. I got to get used to the names, stuff like that, and remember. But you got my back.
Scott,
thank you.
Yeah. Hey, look, it's what we do. Well, look, Scott King, and the Queen. Well, that's Joanna. So as I said,
Yeah, well,
I don't lie. Yeah, well, I mean, someone's queen, probably William's queen, but as I said, we're all about having fun here. All right, so it's going to be top 7. Oh, 1 car in this field is going to miss out. Would you like to be that 1 car? All right, let's put it to you. Who misses out here, Tommy?
Ooh, I'm going to have to go. I don't think the King is going to see it.
Oh, all right. That's not going to be a King fit then, but here we go. Hayden Cardwell will lead the field off turn 4. Let's hopefully he can keep it out of the wall for the next 12 laps. Steinke immediately up to position 4. Look at the 14 car. In fact, yeah, that's Clevenger up on the inside. Steinke on the outside. They race side by side. They got by the 72 of Boosen as they go through 1 and 2. And now here comes Steinke. Boy, he's just up on the wheel right now. He looks angry inside the sim cockpit.
That was a hell of a move by Joshua Stanky there. That's a fun one to watch. And now he's just got to hold him off there because Jack Clevenger wants that spot back. That's for damn sure.
Yeah, good luck trying to wrestle it back from the number 80 machine. I tell you, that is one looking sexy race car that Drew Neal at 19 Designs has done for Joshua Steinke in that number 80 machine. He sits in second. He now tries to run down your race leader, Hayden Carbell. Good luck, Josh, on that one. It's going to be tough going. You might just have to settle for a second place here as we look at Boosen in the 70 machine. The GoMoney.com 72 in fourth. Fifth is Joanna in car number 32. Oh, Boosen upside down. And he is around. He's going to come back. I think we might... he's reversing on the track. I always get nervous when this sort of stuff happens, especially when the leaders are coming on by. But, well, they stayed green and he is going to be the one. So, looks like King, he's in 6th. Looks like he might make the show. But again, anything's possible over the next sort of 4.5 laps.
Yeah, I was watching that back there between him and Prillam, and he must have heard me, and he said, there is no way I'm out of this. So I gave him a little motivation there maybe. Joanna's running a heck of a line, though. I got to give her a lot of credit there.
Yeah, we're actually watching her right now in car number 32, that Team Outlaws black and red machine. And she now gets into the slick and just wants to try something a little different. And, you might as well try something different now that you're engaged, right?
Exactly. Now's the time to do it, I guess, right?
Yeah, but do it on the racetrack.
Exactly. Yeah. It's simulator in the I world.
Yep, we want you to manhandle this one. As we've got, Hayden Carbell almost lost the handle on that one coming out of turn number 4. He greets the white flag. He puts Jacob Prillam a lap down. So he's gotten by 2 cars in this field already that have been put a lap down as they come off turn number 4. Hayden Carbell just cruises to victory lane. Second, it's going to be Josh Steinke. Third will be Jack Clevenger. Joanna looks to come home in the 4th spot, or does Justin Zapp get her? It was very close at the line. Justin Zapp going to get her. Yep, Joanna home in 5th. Scott King 6th. Prillam and Boosen, Minat and Boosen. I don't know what happened there. My timing and scoring. We're going to go down to the booth. And we're going to give myself some talk power.
All right.
We've got 6, don't we, Steve?
6 drivers, yes, sir.
Okay, let's go. Oh.
All right. Heat race number 1 winner, car number 12, Alex Bergeron.
Position 2.
Heat race number 2 winner, car number 15, Michael Sheridan.
Position 6.
Heat race number 3 winner, car number 42, Jordan Casey.
Position 3.
Second place, heat race number 1, car number 5, Chris Fisher.
Position 4.
Heat race number 2, second place, 80 car, Dylan Wilson.
Position 5.
And car number 91, Ernie Williams Jr.
Pole position. Jeez, that almost looks like it was rigged. Thank you. Well, we just did the redraw dash again, and Tony, things have been shaken up with guys that finished, well, more so Ernie Williams Jr. finished second in the 3rd heat, and what would have been, had we just run this straight up from the times, what would have been a 6th place starting position now turns, with a bit of luck with the redraw, a pole position.
And like I said earlier, sometimes you see the opposite end flip around like that. In the first round, we saw Hayden go from 8th, or from pole to 8th, and here we see the opposite. So it's kind of fun to watch.
So had he had actually picked up the win in Heat 1, he would have started on the outside of the front row. So that would have been his chance to turn this around. But what happened? He stood on his own little PP.
That is right. Yeah, he said he broke a rear end there. He kind of clipped the wall coming out of a turn, I'm guessing.
Yeah, just jumped the cushion, got up onto the outside wall, and what happens is when you get these cars up on the wall, the right rear, when they come back down, it busts the rear end, and that pretty much ends your race there. So, I mean, it was very tough, and we seen that car sort of crab walking towards the end of that race, but I mean, we've got our 24 cars set for tonight's main event, and of course, I want to give a shout out to dirtfan.com. Don't forget to check out their website, dirtfan.com, and also on Facebook. Give them a like and a follow. And Steve just come up with another first here on World of Thunder and Ultimate Dirt TV. The first female to ever make a World of Thunder Racing League start A main. How about that one, Tommy?
It's a night for new things all around the board for me, that's for sure.
All right, well, just quickly before we get into tonight's 40-lap main event, just give people one more time where they can find your work here on the social media pages.
Well, if you fancy my broadcasting here and think I'm not too bad of a guy, you can hop over to www.bwsports1.com. That's got all the links if you catch a show, anything like that. Or you could just search over on Facebook for Checkers and Wreckers.
All right, simple as that. All right, 27-10 the score is, by the way, if I'm sure you're keeping up to date with that one. You got a 17-point lead late in the fourth quarter with 13 to go.
And they're about to. It looks like we're making a stride to put more on the board.
All right, well, there's a flag down. I'm not going to find out what that is. Let's take a look now at your Ultimate Dirt TV starting grid. 23 starters in tonight's A main. The first 6 positions are the redraw Alex Bergeron, Michael Sheridan, Jordan Casey, Chris Fisher, Dylan Wilson, and Ernie Williams Jr. Starting position 7, Stephen Hill, JD Brown will start position 8. Position 9 going to be James Grace. Trey Schmidt will start position 10. Hayden Cardwell, position 11, Brennan Lacey. Out of position 12, Tommy Reed, 13th on back.
So 13th, we're doing the Stanky leg with Joshua Stanky. Then we got Jason Minat in 14th. 15th, Jack Clevenger. 16th, Timothy Bolander. 17th, we got Justin Zapp. 18th, Cody Olson. 19th is William Duvall, the second. And 20th, Dustin Hall. 21st, Scott King. 22nd, Tanner Folds. 23rd, Jacob Prilliman.
All right, it is 40 laps for tonight's main event. You look at this racetrack, there's barely any grip left on this track. How these drivers get around it for 40 laps, well, we're about to find out. The first 6 positions will get jumbled up, and Tommy, just like we've seen in the Super Late models and UMP modifieds, we're going to give these drivers an opportunity to go 4 wide around the Fairbury Speedway. And again, you got 915 horse-powered sprint cars. That is a lot of horsepower on track.
That's a lot of horsepower and a lot of guts to get in there. I'd be white-knuckling it, even if it is a simulator. It's fun, but it is a little nerve-wracking at times, and this is nerve-wracking.
All right, as the field makes their way into rows of 4x4, ladies and gentlemen, the World of Thunder Racing League, dirtfan.com, and the Ultimate Dirt TV 410 Wing Sprint Cars. The guys and girl are 4 wide as their way of thanking you, the race fans, for tuning in here tonight on Ultimate Dirt TV, live on Facebook and YouTube tonight. And while we've got a moment, Tommy, as the cars break away from the formation, who do you think is going to victory lane here tonight?
It's hard to say that Hayden Cardwell is not going to take this one. He was very strong and good in that the last series that we saw with the UMPs. He's kept that strength and momentum going through here in the sprints. He's starting 12th, so he does have a little to gain. But like I said, he seems to be the one to beat tonight.
Well, I don't want to go against my teammate Ernie Williams Jr. on the front row out of position 1, but the guy just to his right, Alex Bergeron, the Nice Energy Drink World Championship Sprint Car Champion, it's hard to go past him. So I'm going to pick the guy on the outside of the front row. Here we go. It's time to get naughty for 40. Your World of Thunder and dirtfan.com 410 Wing Sprint Car Action main event. is underway as we go through 1 and 2 and immediately look at Bergeron and Ernie Williams Jr. They make their intentions clear, and I tell you what, if Ernie can string some good laps together on the top side without getting into the wall like he just did as the yellow flag comes out, he is going to be very, very tough to beat. He's very good at running the cushion, but boy, Tommy, when you get so close to the wall, 900 horsepower, a right rear just centimetres away from that outside wall and cushion, it can be very daunting.
Oh, absolutely. And there's, like I said, there's times you're just afraid that you're going to catch, and all it takes is that one little sneeze, and you're in the wall.
Gotta wonder if there is any damage sustained on that number 91 machine after getting in contact with the wall just before the yellow flag had popped its head out here at the Fairbury Speedway. We are going to have 5 in the books with 35 to run, so there's still a lot of time for these drivers to make their moves. I'm trying to look at find where Hayden Carwell is. He hasn't moved up any positions at the moment. He's still going to be stuck around the mid pack and around that 11th or 12th position. But we'll also keep an eye on Joanna, driving the number 32, the William Duval machine. She's up in 20th position, and boy, wouldn't this be something to talk about if she was able to make her way into the top 10?
That's an understatement there. I mean, on top of getting engaged here live, and then she puts it in the next series and does a top 10, that'd be fantastic.
Wow, one guy that's caught my eye already, the 22, Trey Schmidt. He is up into position number 5. Oh, yellow. He's up to round about the 5th or 6th position. And keep an eye on that 22. He's good in the slick. And one funny story about Trey Schmidt right now, he's a real-life driver. I think he runs a 305 sprint car in real life. Now, he runs with the wing on and sometimes with the wing off, right? There was one particular time where he got a win. I'm trying to think what race it was. Anyhow, as you do when you get up and you win, you want to do a wing dance. Well, this was obviously without the wing, so he wanted to do a cage dance. Funny story is when he got up, he actually fell back down. He fell off the side of his race car in victory lane.
And he probably got hurt worse than any other wreck that year off that fall.
Yeah, I think the only thing that got hurt was his ego.
Well, that's good at least, but sometimes that's the hardest thing to fall.
Yeah, he actually sent me the video, and I think I cracked up laughing for the next about 3 or 4 days. So, anyhow, green flag going to come back out here. 31 to run, 9 complete, and keep an eye on that black and green. Oh no, he's just put JD Brown into the fence, and he's around. Keep an eye on him. Talk about getting your ego hurt. He's going to fall back to second last as Joanna. She's also involved in that one, trying to check up, but back up front, Ernie Williams Jr. and Alex Bergeron. How we didn't go yellow in that one, Tommy, I'll never know.
I was about to say the same thing. I give credit to the drivers that were able to catch that and keep it on. By the way, I saw the yellow come out the last time, and thank goodness that pace car doesn't do any damage because he pulled out right in the middle of everybody.
Oh, you should see it at Lanier when it jumps over the wall. Yeah. That's certainly a disaster waiting to happen as we continue the battle on for your race lead. Williams, he holds off Alex Bergeron for first and second. Jordan Casey, so I tell you what, doing a nice job right now for a Fender driver, a late model and a UMP modified driver. He's doing a heck of a job for only been in a sprint car a handful of times. But have a look behind him as well. His teammate driving the number 28 machine of Dylan Wilson in 4th, and boy, again, talking about
lap traffic here.
Yeah, maybe talking to one, if not both of those guys. It's certainly possible. Joanna, the first car to go a lap down. Ernie Williams Jr. as the yellow flag comes out, the 14 of Jason Meinhardt around in turns number 3 and 4. And, well, that's going to give Ernie Williams Jr. a chance to regain his composure and also have a clear track in front of him.
Yeah, absolutely. That's what I was watching Ernie Williams Jr. here from the front view, and I was watching him kind of catch that lap traffic. He was catching him quick. Those guys are running, the guys Bergeron and Williams, they're running a heck of a line, and they got the speed, and it's going to be interesting here at this track, definitely, when they end up catching that lap traffic and really get going on a clean run.
Yeah, it's going to be very interesting to see how Bergeron tries to tackle that number 91 machine, how he attempts to make that pass for the lead as the pace truck. It's gonna have, we're gonna be roughly around the halfway stage of this race. The lights are out on the pace truck as there goes cars getting a chance to get back on the lead lap, as we are going to extend it out for one more time. So we are, when we go back to green, we're going to be halfway home. We're going to be 20 down with 20 to go. And Chris, thank you for those 20 stars. If I could fire the pace truck driver, I would. You know what? If I could fire that pace truck driver and hire one, Tommy, you'd be the first person I'd put in there.
Yeah, as long as I don't have to drive at the speed that he does, if I could take it down a notch, I think I'd be all right.
Look, you can go back to speeds like at USA, 30 miles per hour.
Perfect, we're good. They're off now.
We go from 24-second lap times here under yellow to probably a 3 minutes 24 at USA. 20 down, 20 to go. Casey on the inside. Williams and Bergeron up top, 2 and 3 wide through 1 and 2. And Jordan Casey, he might lose out of this one in big time. Brendan Lacey into the wall. Look at Hayden Cardwell right on the bottom side. He picks up the front end, and that car was bouncing and dancing down the front straightaway.
He somehow held it in control, and I've been watching him kind of come up through the field here. It's a heck. This guy can drive, man. He's interesting to watch. He's definitely a fun one. He's made it all the way from 12th to 6th.
He is certainly not making any friends on the racetrack. He is certainly passing a few cars. Lacey into the wall in turns 3 and 4. Look at Wilson. He was all over the back of Bergeron going down into turn number 1. And now Bergeron all over the back of Ernie Williams Jr. He goes for the slider. Williams into the wall. Williams tries to turn it back underneath. Will Williams go for the slider? He returns the favour in 1 and 2. He slides up. Bergeron side by side with Ernie Williams Jr. Williams will shut the door going down into turn number 3, but the yellow flag is out. Cody Olsen will be at the back of the field. Boy, oh boy. Tommy, it is busy up front.
Yeah, it is. I didn't expect two guys to be trading slide jobs tonight.
On a track that is black, slick from top to bottom, there is nothing, literally nothing left in this track on the turns, and these guys and girl are certainly putting on a show. And one thing we forgot to do, Tommy, was play the prayer.
Yep. See, I wasn't on it like Steve was there.
Yeah, well, Steve kept telling me like 48 times, don't forget the prayer, don't forget the prayer, don't forget the prayer. I'm like, yeah, no worries, I got it. Well, guess what? I didn't have it. Steve, I blame you for that one tonight. Let's blame Steve. Hashtag, yeah. Stop, get off those turtles. Get back into race control. Look at him. He's trying to get a free turtle ride. You're not having a turtle ride, Steve. Single file restarts. It's going to be 12 to go. Tommy, late in the race, who do you fancy?
I'm still watching Hayden Cardwell. He's in 5th. He's been making some good runs. I know it's going to be tough to catch Ernie Williams Jr. and Alex Bergeron, but, man, if he can pull it in and maybe one more caution, he could do it.
All right, Chris, yes, this is on iRacing. This is certainly on iRacing, buddy. It's very tough track conditions. Bergeron having a bit of a tough time there through 3 and 4. 11 to Cardwell and Dylan Wilson. Wilson does a 360 and kept it going, but Hayden Cardwell, he got into that outside wall, come off the wall, and again, I got to wonder if he's got a meatball flag in that number 7 machine, because if you come off the wall like that and you come back on the track again, as I said earlier, Tommy, with that rear end damage, that number 7 machine, after driving up through the field, he might be disappointed about this one.
Yeah, I could see that after climbing the wall there. That looked like more of a skateboard than a sprint car. But hey, he put it down, and I don't know how the guy keeps it control. That's for damn sure. He's still sitting in 5th. It's like doing a barrel roll at 200 miles an hour, landing on your wheels and keep going, you know?
Well, I'm yet to find out what that feels like, but I don't want to feel like what that feels like.
No.
All right, lights are out on the pace truck now. No, we're gonna go one more time. So we'll
That's the definition of using every part of the track, though, to make some position.
Hey, you do what you got to do. You got to go where no other people was, and that's where that 7 machine was. Was just going everywhere where no one was. He just and you have to on a track like this. You really have to just find a line that nobody else runs.
Right, because like you said, everything is we're pretty much black at this point. They have you got very few places to run outside of the norm here.
All right, 6 to run for Ernie Williams Jr. Alex Bergeron in 2nd, Jordan Casey 3rd, 6 laps will go by in the blink of an eye. Green flag is out. Can Ernie hang on? Will Bergeron take away a late race win here at the Fairbury Speedway? Look at Ernie Williams right through the middle as the yellow is out. So this is going to take another 3-4 laps off this one, Tommy. And what is going to be probably an expected either 3 laps to run or a green-white checker situation to come out here. And one thing that sort of iRacing sort of implemented over the past couple of months is that green-white checker, so we don't have to finish under the yellow flag conditions. We give these drivers an opportunity to finish under the green flag conditions.
I've always been a big fan of the green-white checker. I know people have their own views on that, but the way I look at it is I want to see a solid green flag finish. I like it. Shows the competition. But what you do see is if they do come off for one more lap, then we will probably enter a green-white checker because some of these guys are going to get a little nasty.
Yeah. We roll around on lap number 43 right now. The lights are off, so we will complete lap 43 when we go green flag this time by. So, or technically what is lap 38, but we'll say lap 43 because the first 5 laps. So, again, like we've seen in the UMP Modifieds, a green-white checker situation is underway. Bergeron immediately with a slide job down into 1 and 2. Williams turns it underneath him down the back straight away. Into turns number 3 and 4. Casey applying the pressure. Look at Hayden Cardwell. Oh, Ernie Williams Jr. makes a mistake. White flag is out. Alex Bergeron has the lead. Jordan Casey. Brendan Lacey 3 and 4. Wide off turn number 2. Into 3 and 4. Casey going to slide up in front of Bergeron. Alex Bergeron goes to victory lane. Holy smoking batfish. What a finish. Alex Bergeron wins. Ahead of...
Go ahead.
Yeah, Ernie, I'm waiting for my ATVO to finish up because it's telling me Chris Fisher has somehow gotten the win where we know Alex Bergeron got the win. Ernie Williams Jr. second. Third is going to go to Jordan Casey. Holy cow, Tommy, what a finish that was.
What a move by Jordan Casey there to put it in. He was ready for somebody to make a mistake. He was sitting in that beautiful position for it. Somebody made that mistake, and he capitalized.
Holy cow is the only way to describe that one. Alex Bergeron, Ernie Williams Jr., and Jordan Casey. As, where is that fool? Where is the fool? He's number 42. Where is he? I can't see him.
Who are you looking for there?
Jordan Casey, unless he's not down there already. Anyhow, we'll give him time to come in here, and we'll have a chat to our top 2 at least. I'll chat with. There he is. He's up there. He's about time, Jordan. Thank you. Oh, you fool! I hate when these guys do this. Just just get in the team speak. Oh, what did you make of that one? All right, let's chat to your winner here tonight, driving the Team ABR Nawabi Complete Suspension Incorporated. I think it is on that car number 12 of Alex Bergeron. Alex, congratulations on this victory. You literally had to wait until the final turn to get the win. First of all, talk us through those final couple of laps.
Yeah, it was pretty intense there. We had a lot of cautions during that race, so I had to plan my moves and make sure it works. I had my only chance to make an attempt there for a slider and one, so I just had to make sure I got the moisture down low in the straightaway and got that happen. But then Ernie just went by us because he was on the cushion, had a way better advantage there. So we just stayed behind, and turn 3 and 4, he made a mistake and just took advantage of that. And Jordan during the last lap to a slider, and I looked to my left, and I knew he was going to do that. So just to make sure I just undercut him and win the race on the last lap. So that was pretty intense for sure.
This track was black slick from top to bottom coming into this feature event. I mean, this is probably a good 150% usage right now. From your vantage point, how difficult is it to get around here when the track is slick like this from top to bottom?
Yeah, it's pretty much the top side only. The bottom is, never coming in here. So I had hopes tonight it's going to come in, with a slick track, different kind of races. And, we've seen 360 run there, and, it just, I hope the bottom would come in, but I don't think it's gonna come here. So it was just stop, and there was no middle, there's no nothing. So you just stop side only, and you just gotta take your line and just hope nobody takes it. If you try to bottom once and somebody's right behind you, they're gonna take the position, and you don't want that to happen.
All right, well, it was a case of trying to make the least mistakes as possible. I wouldn't say you made the least mistakes because there was times there during that race where you got the car sort of out of shape. But again, when you come off the turns, and that's another thing I want to ask. When you come off the turns, especially on the cushion being so close to the wall, you go from slick to slick. I mean, there's no sort of real transition. Sometimes you're used to having like moisture on the top side. How difficult is it to get off these turns and try and keep the car straight and underneath you?
Yeah, you really gotta preserve the car and just make sure you get off straight. And it's hard to explain. I don't know how to explain it. It's just make sure your car is always straight. Throttle control goes with it. It's a lot about that in these slick tracks. And iRacing teaches you how to do that. And it's tough to do this on the sim. In real life, the same thing. So throttle control is everything.
All right, well, congratulations on the win here tonight. We'll let you get out of here, but before we do, we know you got a whole lot of sponsors on this number 12 machine. Why don't you go ahead and thank them?
I got to thank Team ABR, Jason Nygaard, my girlfriend, all my partners, CSI Chalks, Newbie.com, BK Designs for all the iRacing paints. Go check him out on Facebook. Bob King, he does an amazing job, like you can see on this car. So thanks to him. Meyer Inc., everybody else who supports me, all the fans out there, everyone for watching tonight, my dad, and Wolf Thunder for putting this league up with Steve. He does an amazing job. We had a lot of cautions tonight, but it's a small track and it's really tough to go around here. So hopefully next week we get a better racing there. And well, it's not better racing. I mean, it's actually a good racing tonight. Just a lot of cautions and stuff to get around this track. But we'll see you guys next week.
All right, there we go. Alex Bergeron, their home in first place tonight. Tommy, I'll throw it over to you to chat with my teammate, Andy Williams Jr., who comes home second tonight.
How are you today, sir?
Pretty good, partner. How about yourself?
Fantastic. Congrats on a fantastic race there. That was very fun to watch here from the booth. Why don't you talk a little about the track conditions, because that seemed to be the big deal here tonight at that short track.
Yeah, I mean, it's all the tracks get slick if you don't reset them, and I prefer them not to be reset. I prefer them like that. They're kind of follow the leader, don't get me wrong, but if you it makes you drive. If you get in the wall like I did that last lap, I had that race wrapped up, no doubt about it. I got a good run coming out of 2, had about 4 or 5 car lengths lead, and that's what happens. I get into the wall, let a couple guys get to you. But I can see the track. Like I said, it gets follow the leader. But Jordan Casey was running the bottom. He looked like he was pretty good. So I don't really have an issue with the track, to be honest. I mean, the cushion's a little bumpy, but it's been bumpy since day one. But I don't. I mean, if it's the slickness people are worried about or whatever, I mean, it just makes you drive a certain line, and you got to be on your game.
You made a heck of a move to there at the start to kind of gain that top line. I found that. I thought that was really exciting there. Kind of go through that first entry, that first turn of the race there.
It was very, very important on all the restarts, just not at the beginning. I got to get there or get a run to where I can get up there to it and maintain, and hopefully he don't get a run out of me a couple of them times. I'm not very good on restarts. The track, that don't favor me when the track is real slick like this. As you can see, there was a couple of times that, I barely snuck in front of him. Anytime he gets around me any point in time of this race, it's going to be very, 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 very hard for me to get around because it's so much harder. He was struggling to get around me when he was behind me, when he's close and stuff like that. So once you get to the cushion, my car was set up for the cushion, so I didn't want to leave it at all. You know what I mean? And I only left it if I absolutely had to. And that was very key on all them restarts. And I made it up there, but I got such a good run out of 2. My car got really, really tight, and it wouldn't turn, and it just sent me into the wall and let everybody get out underneath me coming out of 4. Other than that, I should have won that race, but I didn't. It's a mistake, and you just got to learn from it.
Exactly. That's such as racing. You get those days that some days they favor you. The guy in front of you ends up doing that. But regardless, you had a fantastic run today. Congratulations. And you've got a fantastic looking race car. Why don't you tell people the names on that thing?
Absolutely, man. I got an awesome looking car. Love it. Give a big shout out to Ultimate Dirt TV, Brett Wheeler. He does a lot for the Black Diamond Motorsports team. Give a shout out to Tim Nichols with the Tim's Dirt Track Simulators. Tim Sims, he's on racing, street stocks, all kinds of stuff. You guys see his rims, jump in them. They're always fun. That's what them guys look to have. Every once in a while, he'll give a prize out here randomly every once in a while too. Black Diamond Motorsports team, Josh Steinke, come out and race a little bit. I know he didn't get the finish he wanted, but we'll get him fixed up, and he'll be back on the podium here before too long. Well, we'll see you guys soon.
Well, Ernie, thank you very much. This was my first broadcast here in Sprints, and you made it a very fun one to watch. I appreciate it. You have a good one.
Absolutely, I will, man. I can't wait to go back and watch it, boys. Take care.
Thank you.
All right, there we go. Ernie Winters Jr. They're home in second place. And, well, for a driver that has only been in a 410 wing sprint car a handful of times, he's done an absolute fantastic job here tonight on a very slick racetrack. And, he almost had a chance to win. Jordan Casey home in third place tonight. Jordan, let's go through on this from start to finish. Boy, you certainly hung with those guys, Bergeron and Williams, there for the most part of that race. And then, you had a chance to win this one late in the race, but a little slide job. Just unfortunately, you didn't have enough momentum coming off the turn.
Yeah, I think that was my first ever slide job in a 410 wing. I don't race these things ever, and I get into a 360 every now and then, but especially at this track, I was just happy with third, happy to hang on, and happy not to kill the wall the whole race.
As I said to these other guys, it's very tough to run up here. Obviously, throttle control is a big factor, especially on a track like this in the sprint car. How do you compare this compared to a late model driving through the slick?
I mean, it's somewhat the same at some tracks. Here, I didn't get over quarter throttle the whole race. I was just putting it and letting the car do the work. Like, I don't know. I just kind of never completely out of the throttle for sure, but just rolling the throttle, like quarter throttle the whole way around the track. And I'm not even sure if that's the right way, but I was hanging with them guys, so it made me feel all right about it. Like I said, I'm just happy that I didn't wreck anyone or kill anyone out there.
Well, for a driver that has only been in a sprint car, a handful of times, whether it be a 360 or a 410, you certainly showed these boys that you're more than capable enough to hang with the guys up front. So congratulations on a third place run here tonight. We'll let you get out of here, but of course, before we do, we know you got some sponsors on other cars, but this car's pretty blank. But you know what? You go ahead and thank those people that make this all possible for you, bud.
Yeah, just same as before, everybody at D1RT, Eddie Livingston for letting me be a part of the team. I mean, everybody here helps out a lot, and they've helped me get a lot better in the last month or so here. So appreciate everyone. I mean, Dylan for the setup tonight. I have no idea what I'm doing with these cars, but take a Dylan Wilson setup over anything and most cars around here. So appreciate him, and thank you guys for broadcasting. And Stephen with the series again.
All right, there we go. Jordan Casey there home in third position. But Tommy, as we wrap things up here tonight, your first time in the booth, and what an exciting way to open up your broadcasting career.
Absolutely, yeah. Two great races, very clean, very hard-fought wins. I had a blast tonight, guys. Thank you.
All right, well, we thank you for joining us here in the Ultimate Dirt TV booth and here with the World of Thunder and DirtFan.com UMPs and 410 sprint cars here at the Fairbury Speedway. So thank you very much for your time tonight. Of course, a big shout out to DirtFan.com. Check them out on Facebook and, of course, their website. Go to DirtFan.com. Keep up to date with all they've got going on in the real world. They'll find your local track, find all tracks, and got the results for as many tracks as possible. A big thanks to our sponsors here at Ultimate Dirt TV as well. A big thanks to Wicked Cushion, 19 Designs, World of Thunder Racing League, National Oval Racing Association, JR Productions and Media, Monsters of Dirt, iRacing, iFlags, and Black Diamond Motorsports. Tommy, one last time before we get out of here, where can we find you and your social media stuff?
If you like it, you can hop over to search over at Facebook, Checkers and Wreckers, or you can hop to the interwebs and go to www.bwsports1 as the numeral.com. Appreciate it, guys.
All right, there we go. On behalf of the team here at Ultimate Dirt TV, the management behind the scenes, we say farewell and good night from Fairbury Speedway. Tomorrow night at 7, make that 8 Eastern, it will be the True Speed Motorsports Super Late Model Series. And then after that, we'll have the World of Thunder 360 winged sprint cars again here on Ultimate Dirt TV, and of course World of Thunder as well. On behalf of the team, we say good night. We'll see you tomorrow night.